I want to start off with a quick disclaimer. I really enjoy being a tad bit ratchet in the workplace. It just makes me feel good. Just a nice little ratchetness, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Gotta be professional, but when you sprinkle the ratchetness, they eat it up. They eat it up. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Welcome. Welcome.
And we are back on the Yeah Coach podcast, where we encourage you to take action in life through the testimonies of others. And I have a special guest. I've known her since high school, long lost friend. She's a certified personal trainer, nutrition coach. She started her own dance team at Georgetown College here in Kentucky. And she started her own business, BB Gains, about 3 years ago. I welcome the Coach Dakeya. How you doing this morning?
Ooh, I'm doing great. I don't know. I'm just like uber excited. Like I'm just like pumped right now. Like I'm just, I don't know what to do. I'm just pumped.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I want to say thank you for your time.
Of course. I'm
this
so
has
excited.
been a blessing.
Yes, I'm so excited. I've been wanting to like do this for a while. So I'm super excited we got to sit down in front of each other and talk. So yeah, Coach, let's get it popping.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Coach.
Yeah.
So our goal, remember, is to encourage people to take action in life, but it's
Yes.
through the testimony of you.
Yes.
So I wholeheartedly believe that courage comes from an external thing. Like I personally don't dig deep down and find courage.
Yeah.
I get it from knowing that I'm not alone in a situation. Makes me want to continue taking that step, continue going, because I know I'm not the only one suffering.
Yeah.
So the first question, you probably know what it is.
Yeah.
What'd you eat for breakfast this morning?
Oh gosh, I thought we was about to go. I was about to be like, oh, let me tell you about my stories. For breakfast, I fasted. I did a fast, yes. I'm not too much of a breakfast person. Besides, like it may be like on the weekend or something, but I usually push my plate back during breakfast time. Personally, I don't like feeling too heavy during my workouts, and I've been doing it for like so long, so it just really comes natural. So I'll push a plate back, and then I'll start eating probably around like 11-ish, 12-ish, around that area. Yeah.
Have you always done that?
That's been a thing for a while. Whenever I was in school, it was like I never really ate breakfast because I never got up in time. So it was just like, hey, throw your school clothes on, get out of the house. You're going to be late. And so from then, it was just like, I learned about intermittent fasting, and I was like, well, already do that, so might as well continue. So, yeah, I just have more of a desire to sleep in the morning, just a little bit extra than to get up and make some breakfast. Not going to lie.
Okay. So how has that intermittent fasting over this long time frame affected you overall? It would be physically, emotionally, mentally. How beneficial has it been?
Well, the benefits of fasting is amazing because it teaches your body to be in submission to you. A lot of times our brain, when we eat at certain times, our brain sends out these indicators like, hey, it's almost time to eat. Hey, it's almost time to eat. When you fast, that lets your body know like, hey, you are in submission to me. Like, when I say we're going to eat, that's when we're going to eat. You are not in control. From then, that's when, like, that discipline sets in. And even in the simple things of fasting, because I've done 3-day fasts, I've done all that, yes, intense, but it allowed me to really dig deep into myself and be like, hey, you got to fight this hunger. Hey, you got to fight this. Hey. And it just taught me, like, how to go about life lessons and stuff. So fasting journey has been amazing. I love it. It's a lot of controversy when it comes to fasting. So, but yeah.
So would you say that the discipline that you've formed and the discipline that you've gained from fasting, you're able to apply to other parts of life as well, because you have that mental discipline? All right, I'm choosing my own self. I'm choosing something that's in my own best interest in this area, and I can also do it here because I've done it in fasting before.
Yes. One of the prime examples, and I watch a lot of Michael Todd, Uncomfort to Comfort. To eat those 3 meals a day, or to do something that is in your comfort zone, that is normal. That feels safe. But when you get out of that comfort zone, that takes you to a whole different level. Whenever we stop eating for a certain amount of time, that allows the body to heal itself. Our digestive system is so selfish. It is like one of the most selfish pieces to the puzzle, in my opinion. And when you fast, it just allows your body to heal other places, your cells, your organs, all that. Just it allows just a total transformation in the body versus when we're constantly eating, our body's like, oh my God, I was supposed to be helping over here, but now I have to focus in on the digestive system. So like, it's slowing down your process. So like, I like to apply that to life. You know, when you get out of the comfort zone, yeah, it is very uncomfortable, but it breeds new things. It breeds growth. And so, yeah, I mean, it's funny how fasting and life situations go hand in hand, but they do.
I like
Uh-huh.
that. I like the from what I'm getting from it, the energy distribution of how the energy distribution between what where our body uses and puts the energy to function, can focus on certain areas like it would be outside, like you bringing a new thing into your life.
Yeah.
That is going to challenge you, or that's outside of your comfort zone. Now you can put that new energy towards that as well.
Yes. Fasting is one of the hardest things. Like, it is a very hard thing because literally you are taking your body out of the comfort zone. When we exercise, when we're doing anything towards health, that takes your body out of the comfort zone, especially if you're not used to doing it. So we always are facing challenges when it comes to eating, exercising, all that. And then from there, it's like, if you can conquer that, like, I can conquer finances. If you can conquer that, I can conquer this. If you can conquer that, because I mean, your body, to be able to put your body in submission, like, if you can do that and morph your body, like, come on.
Would you say it's a physical or mental thing?
Both. Very much so, both. I would say it's mental because I would say, like, your body can give up before your brain, or your brain can give up before your body.
It's situational?
I think it depends. Like, there's so many times when I exercise and, like, my body can keep going, but it's like my brain is like, please stop. But then there's other times where I'm like, okay, your brain's like, push it. And then my body's like, no, but we're going to keep on going, you know? So, like, I guess it really just depends. But where the mind goes, the body follows. That's one of the things I've always heard. Where the mind goes, the body will follow. Just like perspectives on life. If your mind is telling you that life is great, your body will reap that. If your mind is telling you life is bad, I'm always sick, I'm always this, I'm always that, then your body reflects that. People can talk themselves into illness. People can talk themselves just based off how their mindset is.
Really?
So, yes, very much so. Very much so. So, that's why your mindset is literally everything. And that can be tough. That can be tough, especially when you're venturing out into, the unknown. And that's where your mindset matters the most. Because when you're in the midst of something, and that's literally what I'm going through right now. When you're in the midst of something and you don't know what's on the other side of that step, and you're just like, okay, I'm just going to take it. And you take that first step and it doesn't look like what you thought it would look like. You're trying to pump yourself up. Oh, I'm going to have all these people. I'm going to do all this. It's going to look just like this. I'm going to paint this picture. Because, of course, you got to paint it positive. You got to paint it positive. Because if you paint it negative, then what's the point of doing it? So I got to paint it positive, and I'm painting, putting all the bright colors. And then when I step, it don't look like the picture that I painted. So what do you do right there? Like, that's the hard part. But even in the midst of that, you still have to keep your mind focused on the pretty painting. Because who's to say that it can't turn out to be that pretty painting? You know what I'm saying? You just got to mix a couple colors, and you got to just take a couple extra steps. We don't always get the opportunity to have the color palette already ready for us. Sometimes we got to mix those colors ourselves. We got to put the white and the blue together to make the sky blue. We got to put the this and the this to make this color. We don't always get that palette that has the colors already ready. All right, so if y'all get me, if y'all catching me, it's just not how it goes. Yeah, so sometimes you got to work a little harder to get there, but who's to say that the picture that you painted is not going to be what it turns out to be? You just got to work a little harder. That's what I'm facing right now, If I can get in, can I go ahead and dive in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Shoot,
I
let them
am
know. Let them
starting,
know.
right. I am starting a dance tour, and this is totally vulnerable for me. I'm starting a dance tour. I don't think too many people do this in Lexington. The Lord was like, yo, promote, promote. And I'm like, what am I promoting? I seen a flyer of myself, and I was like, okay, let's do this. All right. So I put this flyer together, and I talk about it. You know, Facebook, I got like 20 shares. People say, ooh, I'm finna go. I'm finna go. Yeah, I'm excited. Instagram, I don't know why I picked a random song. I'm just talking. I got over 8,000 views, over 200 and something likes, 12 shares on that. So I'm pushing numbers. So I'm like, Lord, what's good? We finna cut up. Like, I'm excited. So I'm like, I'm doing this for you, Lord. This is amazing. Woo, woo. So it's time to sell tickets. All right. So this is me going through, this is now. This is me going through this now. And I'm just like, ooh. It's time to sell tickets, and no one's popping up. Nothing. So I'm like, where are all those people? Where's the 8,000 people that was on Instagram? Where are you? Where was all the people that was saying, hey, girl, we finna go. We're going to go here. Where are you all? Where are you all? And I believe that the Lord is showing me, like, hey, is this really about me, like you said? Was it only about me when it was the 8,000 views and 200 and something likes and the Facebook shares was popping and you're rolling around Lexington with this flyer? Was it about me, actually, or was it about you? Because now that the numbers are low, now you're freaking out. You should have that same energy because the faith was high then. It's so easy to have faith when you're doing good.
Mm-hmm.
But when that step doesn't look like what you painted on the canvas, because I had it painted out. Oh, I got this venue, this venue, this venue. We gonna be here. We gonna do this. I got outfits planned out. Boom, I ordered hair, ordered everything, and I'm just like, whoa. Excuse me, did I waste my money? Because I know I didn't order these wigs, and there ain't nobody showing up. All right, like I'm ordering stuff. I'm like, what? So do you keep the same faith when it's not looking exactly what like how you want it? And so that's the piece that I'm battling with right now. Understanding that the instant gratification that society, shows like on social media and stuff, you're not always going to get that. You have an end game, you have a desire. God honors that. But who's to say you don't have to work for it? I was just like, okay, well, since I've been a trainer for 3 years, they know of me. This should be easy, right? I mean, even though this is something new, I'm stepping into new venture. It should be easy, right? I already have the notoriety around. He's like, no, I gotta fix you. So what I'm doing is I'm showing and revealing you your heart. And then from there, I got to get all that ickiness out. That instant gratification, the selfishness. I'm throwing temper tantrums in my head. The car, at the car lot, that balloon thing that like waves. Like that's me inside of my brain. I'm going nuts. And he's like, look at you. Look at you. Like, what is this? So where's that same woman that was talking about, this is all God first? But like, no, it's showing me that it's not me first. It's you first. It's your emotions, how you feel. All that's you first. And now I got to empty that out. So I feel like I'm on the potter's wheel. So if you've ever like heard of God being the potter and we're the clay, so he's molding us. So if you notice whenever, the potter has the clay and how it can look cute and be like, oh, that's nice. And they just smash it and start all over. And you're just like, what in the daggone world are you doing? Why did you just tear that up? But he noticed imperfections. So when I apply that to my life, here I am, like over here, like, thinking I look cute. Ooh, Lord, I'm following you. But then he's like, wait a minute. There was this moment right here. I'm going to test you. And I'm going to test your heart because now you're over here inviting me into it. I'm going to test your heart. And right here, you just showed me that it ain't about me right now. It's about you and your emotions. So let me go ahead, boom, smash that. And let's start this all over. And we're going to get you going. We're going to get you nice and smooth with no imperfections, because now when it's time to place you in the fire and present you, then you're going to be ready. And so I'm learning all this right now. And so I have my car conversations with the Lord. Sometimes I'm yelling, and I'm just like, okay, Lord, I understand the potter and the clay and all that, but this is kind of embarrassing. Because I expected this to go a totally different way. But then I had to think to myself, this gets me closer to what I imagined. If I never would have taken this step to even create a tour, to even have the balls enough to do this, then I would have I have a football player told me, you don't win. It's like not a win lose, it's a win learn. Anytime we lose in a game, all they go back and do is play film, right? So they'll play the film, review it, and then they come back better. This is my film right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this process, and it hurts to say this. Trust me, I can ball out right now and just cry. But this is my film. So I learned from this and be like, okay, Lord, so what's up? Did I move too fast? Was I being, because now I got a different mindset. Now my perspective is changing. So now that my mind is in a more upbeat mindset about this, now my body don't mind promoting. Now my body, my physical self doesn't mind putting different things out and shooting different videos, because I'm kind of like, it's the Lord's will now. Are you teaching me something? Bet. Let's do it. If it gets 2 shares, that's okay. If it doesn't get looked at, that's okay. If it gets 1 view, beautiful. If 1 person shows up, beautiful. Let's rock and roll. Am I still going to perform? It's still going to be there like it's thousands in the crowd? Yes, I will. Because if he can't trust me with the 1 person, or even me just showing up to the facility, how can he trust me with the thousands and the 10,000s that I plan on reaching? So I have to change my perspective. And so I was just like, this was totally a God thing, because there's no way all these, the price, $5. You can't beat that. Come on. You can't beat it. And it's like moving like molasses. And I was like, day 1, oh my God. Day 2, this feels like I've been going through this for like a month now, and it's only been days. And I'm like, Lord, you're changing me in this amount of time. And it's like a stretching that I've never experienced before. And when I tell you this stretching is uncomfortable, it is so uncomfortable to grow. We talk about growth all the time and how it's beautiful. I love growth. I love growing. I don't want to be stagnant. When you're stagnant, it's time to die. Like at that point. So I want to continue to grow, but it is so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. So yeah. Wait, you gotta ask questions.
No, you're fine. I'm literally just listening. The question that's on my mind then is, how do you keep going? Like, what pushes you? Like, what helps you get up? And you're like, it's okay. Like, God, I know I'm not where you want me to be, but I'm actively pursuing. I'm listening to you, growing with you and within myself. Like, how do you keep going? What does Dakeya do to stay level-headed?
It's the people connected to me. We all have people who follow our lives, whether we know it or not. We all have people that are connected to us. If I give up, the person who was assigned to me gives up. The person who is assigned to them gives up. The person who is assigned to them, we are not here for ourselves. I did not become a trainer for myself. I became a trainer to impact the people that God placed in my life. So there's going to be people who are watching me from afar. And if they see that I folded off of this, they're like, dang, do I actually have a chance? Because my testimony is somebody else's prophecy. Somebody else is going to go through this and be like, oh my God, didn't nobody show up to my stuff? I'm trying to do a rap show, ain't nobody show up. I done, put this food out and I'm trying to meal prep, ain't nobody show up. Ain't nobody show up to this. And then they can look at me and be like, yo, well, let me tell you about, what's going on with me right now. And even me discussing this in my most vulnerable state, because I was just like, Lord, I can't share this. This is embarrassing. Oh my God. And I'm going through this and I'm just like, oh my God, now I'm about to be on a podcast. And I'm like, this is going to pop up. Like, I know this is going to pop. Like, I got to talk about it. But I'm like, no, this is embarrassing. But this is what's needed. Because there's somebody out here trying to take a step and they're so scared to take that step because of feeling this. If I don't feel this, how am I going to learn how to get past things? if I don't experience this right now, yeah, it hurts. But also in my past, when I, wasn't doing much with my life, that hurt too. So you got to pick your hurt. I would rather I would rather fall forward, you know what I'm saying? Wipe my tears a little bit, get back up and keep going forward, than fall back and stay back, I just, it, it's like, and it's just very interesting. It's a very interesting journey. Entrepreneurship is a very interesting journey because you don't know.
It's all on you. It is all on you.
COVID has given so many people the inspiration to form their own business, and that's so beautiful. But they get in this thing, and some of them just fold, or it's just the name. It's just the LLC. Y'all bought it for the name just to say you had your own business. But this thing, this ain't just no. It's not that easy. You gotta put that work in. And see, when it came to this, I was over here thinking, I'm just gonna post it back. Y'all gonna buy them tickets. I'm gonna get ready. So I ain't even studying. I mean, I'm not even like studying marketing. I'm like, oh my God, I have to. And so my sister, I'm blessed that she's like tech savvy, and she placed my website, got everything together on my website. She's like, okay, so now it's time to market. And so you got to do this. Here's the analytics, or is that how you say analytics? Mm-hmm. Or here's this. And I'm like, whoa, ma'am. I was just trying to, practice the dance. And so it really showed me myself. Like, all this is showing me myself. And as we talk about it, it gives me the confidence to even push through even more. Because, like, I'm just like, now I'm on Front Street, But I wanted it to be that way because I was going to hide this and just, like, fold in and just kind of be like, okay, if no one shows, then I'm just not going to do this at all, and I'm just going to cancel it. I'm like, no, because every time I pick myself up and I go to each facility, I'm planting seeds. So this may not take off here, but who's to say it won't take off in Texas? Who's to say it won't take off in Chicago? Who's to say it won't take off in Ohio? Who's to say it won't take off in another state? You know what I'm saying? Or it can be, this could be the start of it, maybe another year, down. But you have to plant the seed. And so,
wow. Like, wow. I can see not just the frustration, but the ambition that you have for what you want to do, and that you're not going to give up. Like, you're not going to let anything stop you.
No matter how much.
This is just a bump.
This is where that's where that internal piece, your heart, really steps in. Your passion really steps in.
What does that mean for you? What is passion?
Passion, honestly, my heart's desire. What I'm able to get up for, go to sleep late for, what I'm willing to make, not a lot of money for. That's what I think about when it comes to passion. When I got into training, I was making $6 a session. $6. Let me put it in the microphone. $6 a session. I had people looking at me like, excuse me? What? $6? Yes. $6 a session. But if I would have looked at it for the money, I wouldn't be sitting right here. I wouldn't even came up with no dance tour. I wouldn't have done none of this if I was looking at the money. That's how you know it's passion. You can get up. You can be in the worst mood. You step right into your passion. It's like it brightens you up. No matter how bad you feel, that one person you're encouraging on the side, woo, go, you can push. And that encourages you too. That's how you know it's your passion. And I was just like, okay, because I was supposed to be an elementary school teacher. Couldn't pass the test to save my life. Like, that was supposed to be my life. But the Lord was like, no, I'm going to have you over here. And so I ended up applying for a job. I dropped out my 5th year. And dropped out with a great GPA, by the way. And as soon as I did that, I was like, well, I don't know what else to do. I applied for LA Fitness, which is now Sporta. I applied for LA Fitness as a group instructor, and they hired me. I didn't have much background in it besides my dance team stuff, and I worked out with them. She hired me and stepped down the next day. I don't know where this lady went. I don't know much about her. Don't know much. But she hired me and stepped down the next day. That's how I know it was divine. Yes.
Wow.
I didn't know much about teaching classes. I didn't know much about that. But best believe I was like, well, because this lady hired me on with the lack of knowledge that I have, let's get it popping. I'm going to make sure, because I'm like, if I don't do good, these people are going to look at my credentials, see that I haven't not a daggone thing, and then fire me. So I was like, well, I have no choice but
Just
to,
make it or break it right
yes,
here.
yes. And then I got my personal training certification, got a job there, and then Brian found me, and I'm here.
So what would you say, because not everybody has it as drawn out? Not saying that yours was exactly drawn out, but what would you say to someone that's like, I want to really do something I'm passionate about, but I don't know how to find it?
Ooh, that is a very interesting question, because I stumbled into mine. I stumbled into my passion, because
How
if
did
you would have,
how did you realize that stumbling? Because you could have stumbled into anything, but like,
right,
what was a thing that made it click? Like, this is my passion.
I would say when I was in the middle of teaching a class and we're doing like side to side steps on the stepper, everybody's bopping, and this is a routine. And I like sat back, and in the midst of that, I was like, whoa, like this is my life. This is happening. And that just gave me so much joy. And I was just like, yo, I can do this. When you have to take that like step back and be like, wait, is this my life right now? Like, am I doing this? Like, do I do this on a day-to-day basis? Like, that's how you know you found it. Because it's like you get so lost in it, and it just feels so good. It's like not a suppressant, but it makes you feel good on a day-to-day basis. And it keeps you pushing. Like, my clients, this lifestyle keeps me pushing. Like, I'm literally a client right now, so I can be a better trainer for my clients. Like, that's how much I want to grow and be ready for them. I want to be able to keep up with them. I want to know what they experience. What's it like to get your butt kicked? Like, because I'm usually kicking their butt. Now I'm getting my butt kicked, and I'm looking at my trainer like, excuse me, sir. Don't get away. I want to quit right now. But I have to keep going because I want them to know how it feels. So yeah, it's it's a very interesting journey. That's how I know I'm passionate about it, because I was like, I've never cared about anything else. Like when I was working at Vinaigrette, I love Vinaigrette. It was some great salads. But I was like, nah, put me in the back with the dishes. Like I don't even want to be seen, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm just here, scrub, collect this check, and go. And with this, it's like I want to do more. Even if I'm not making money in this hour, I still want to figure out how I can make something better and do something better. It's just like that. If that made any sense,
No, it
I'd be
does.
going off on
It
a tangent.
does.
It'd be like, phew,
No, you're good.
go
It
straight
does.
off on a tangent.
I just taking everything in all at once. It's just, wow. So, you know how you stumbled into it
Yeah.
and how you got into it. One of my last questions would be, what if someone's thinking about getting into fitness or starting their fitness journey? So it could be fitness career or fitness journey. What advice would you give them to take the next step?
I would say if they're starting their fitness journey, I would say just work out. I hated the gym. I was scared of the gym. Didn't want nobody to look at me. But I simply started by I got on the treadmill and walked. And I got used to it. And then the next thing I know, I was trying something different. It's literally taking that first step. When I decided to become a trainer, I just took that step. Like, I just took the step. Like, oh, I
In
gotta,
faith?
yeah, now I gotta take the test. I knew I was a horrible test taker. But I was like, I'm gonna study this thing. I just gotta take the step and study. So I bought the package. Like, I bought it. It was like, I'm gonna study this thing so I can get my certification. It's that step. You have your big goal, but what are the small goals that are going to lead you to the bigger goal? Because the only thing between you and the goal that you want to achieve is your process. That is the only thing that bridges the gap is your process. But in order to get into your process, you must take that first step. So yeah, I would just say, just take the step. You know the goal. What's your mini goal? And take that step. So yeah.
Wow. What a conversation.
Yeah.
This has been really enlightening.
I know I talk a lot.
It was good. Like, that's the whole point. We wanted to hear your story, to have it inspire and encourage people to like, all right, you know what? I'm not the only one doing this. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not the only one having trouble. Let me do what she's doing and just keep stepping. Let me just keep
stepping.
it going.
Yeah.
I heard a quote that one day was like, the steps you take don't have to be big. They just need to be in the right direction.
Exactly.
And I really like that. That's literally what I feel like your story screams.
Exactly.
Is just taking that next step.
And just doing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. So, yeah.
That's pretty much going to conclude that interview for today. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you. But you know how we have to end it?
Oh,
we have to end it with, that that big, loud, yeah, coach. You know, you say when you're like excited to meet somebody you ain't seen in so long, you're like, you ready? We can stand back from the mic if you want to.
Okay.
So it'd be like a yeah, coach.
Yeah,
Ready? There we go. You ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, coach.
And that wraps up that interview for today. Thank you all so much for coming in. Thank you, Dakeya.
No
Thank you all for listening. I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.
Bye.